Hey there, TOC Town and Team One Blogosphere. This is Lady Nick, your social media red guide. I'm so excited to be with you for the first 2016 presentation. So, before that, today is Chief Artisan Thursday and also the day where we press pause and roll back the camera to review the uh, I was going to say playbook, but that's not the playbook. Well, it's an administrative playbook, my planner. So, TOC Town is where we operate out of Illinois, so it's local small business owners. So, I wanted to go ahead and do a flip through of December so that if anything within my planner can help you in planning what you do around and about Illinois, I'm glad to be of service. So I have my faithful and trusty pad of paper here, which proves excellent for different situations. Here what I did was tabs that I received during my first meetup. I don't know if I talked about it before or you heard about it in another video blog that we've done, but I received some things during the session, and what I decided to do was to punch. Let me make sure you see that. I used one of those paper punches and did the corners of the paper in order to create like a unique tab. So anytime I want to separate something within my planner, I can just peel and stick this on. Okay. Okay. This is nothing new. This is in case my planner gets lost or misplaced, then my information to contact me is right here. My oversized poster, which is really a postcard that, I decided to turn into a divider. So I wasn't liking it before. If you looked at previous video blogs that we've done, it kind of like didn't serve, a real purpose. But when I started putting sticky notes on them, it became a great billboard or dashboard, as we call it in the planner community. So I'm going to keep this idea from month to month. I can always, because it's a ring binder system, I can take them out and put them in different locations. So I can keep reusing them and just, replace and put the sticky note back on. So then we still have these two dividers about Team One Blogosphere and also toctown.com. I have a lot of emails to send out this week, so this is a great reminder of, just in general, did I send, did I not send, where did I leave off? Some of you may know or may not know, but Shannon McNeil Williams passed away on Thanksgiving morning, so she was one of our blogosphere. So going on 2016, we will be posting her interview that she did for us back. Ooh, my goodness, it's almost been 11 months since she did her first and only interview with us, but we just want to honor her and her family, by the one session that she did grace our studio with. So go ahead and take a listen to it. It's going to be linked down below to see what she has to offer as a self-publisher and also a mom, and her son was diagnosed with autism. So in the autistic community, they need a lot of support. So I released the second session that we did, for them to listen to. Hopefully it provides some information for them ongoing. Okay, let's flip through December now. This is the calendar on 1 month. And like I mentioned to you before, I was starting to use those tabs, as a reminder. Some things I still need to go back through. A lot of the previous notes that I made for myself. So This is going to be an interesting year. It's possible, but it's also challenging to go back through a lot of the notes. It's a great reminder of some things that I thought about but weren't able to implement. But I can still try to implement them within 2016, or definitely put them in season 7, which starts in October of this year and 2017. Okay. And like I mentioned in previous posts, I do use my planner. So one thing I decided to do was to try and, think of different ways I can divide up the space. There's a lot of real estate space when you're trying to think and do appointments. You don't have to use it all for one thing. But if you have different creative things going on, some things like this is all in red, I can go back through and read it, but for someone else looking at it, it looks very monochromatic, so I'm going to think of different ways of how to divide the information. One way I was thinking was, put the appointment in one color on this side, and then put what the appointment is about on that side. Another idea is put the task on this side. I have some stamps that I want to introduce to you, some new stamps that I want to talk about during the session, and then put the description of the task on this side. So those are some of the things I've been trying to work out during this season, or this last month. So, okay, yeah, getting back on my social media game is like, I have to remind myself, did you post to this? Did you post to that? Administratively, you need physical reminders, and this is why I like the Mommy Lay stamps, because not only are they cute, but they stand out for me. Normally in corporate environment, you don't use a lot of colors, in your planner. So when I got back into paper planning, this became very beneficial for me, just to remember, okay, if it's a flag day, that means there's something going on that you have to either prep for or be ready for hours in advance. It's not just a, impromptu moment where you can just dive in and get the job done. So it was also my way of trying to stamp directly onto the planner. It worked, but if you can see, there, you can't see it, but there was some shadowing. I wasn't expecting it to, not necessarily not shadow, but not bleed through also. So, these were just papers, pages that I was playing with, so it wasn't really a big deal that it leaked through. I prefer the color and the stamp on it rather than nothing at all. Okay, and this is just some notes. So another thing I mentioned for in previous, that I found some undated, unmarked um, planner pages from years ago. So I have to take my time with this part because I really didn't put it to good use, which is that's okay, because I left them undated, unmarked, I can still move them to a different location. And what I'm doing with this section is putting the section within TLC Town, or a subject area that Team One Blogosphere is talking about, and then put in more detail on this side. So I'm loving this new system that I'm creating and working out for myself. Hopefully, I'm going to have some more things available for Artisan admins in the bookstore later this year, so that you guys can go ahead and benefit from some of the things that we create here. Okay, I hope I'm not going too fast. Let me know if you have any questions, in the section down below. Like I said, I'm a creature of good habits. So I like things to be in place and in order, even when there seems chaotic. I still like things to be, designed well. Okay, that's it for our flip through this week. I hope that something I mentioned helped you. If you have any questions, oh, I forgot to mention, one thing that I tried was the Sharpie marker. And I know that I mentioned my favorite was, this Uniball. So with this fine tip and all, it writes small because of my chunky handwriting. I really preferred it in small handwriting. But I dare say this Sharpie marker, it's a pen, but it's also the tip is medium. So it writes awesome in this planner. I will be changing it. You wanted my vote, Sharpie? You've got my vote for my DayTimer planner. This is now my permanent pen. I will be using the black. I'm going to try the blue and also the red. But as of 2016, this is now my official pen. I'll still keep the Uniball, but I'm going to be using the Sharpie definitely. So thanks so much for joining me for Chief Artisan Thursday, and we look forward to the next session. Take care.